In the previous tutorial, we created till that point in which our grappling hook attached to the impact point wherever we see, and then our character moves from his initial location to that point, like it happens in grappling hook game mechanics. So, but the only problem was that we were making the end location of a cable and visibility to 0 or invisible. So we want to give it more good look. So we will and continuously decrease the length of cable as our character moves towards the impact point, which will look more realistic. So we are not using that part. It can be done in many ways, but I think easy way will be again from the alpha. Let's by using lerp. I think the lerp method will be easy. I think once again. Now we will attach. Now as the alpha value from 0 to 1 moves our character from the initial position to end location position, as we are setting the character here and location here, we will decrease the length of the cable from the maximum value to the to 0. So for that we have to get the maximum value get and location. So this is we will get. So when our cable reaches the maximum value, it will be stored in our end location. And now we will plug it in here and we will leave B as 0. And we will again set end location. And let's attach it at the end. So by doing so, we will get one problem which I want to show you first, and then we will resolve it. Let's see, is it actually working or not? So yes, it's working, but now you can see that thing. Why it is? Because I want to show you more clearly. Yes, it is yeah, you can see, because we are decreasing the end location from maximum value to 0 value when our character moves, but we are not decreasing the cable length. So we also have to decrease the cable length value here also. Now similarly, now we will use lerp float and we will get cable length. Definitely it has a maximum value, and we want to move it to 0 as we move from the value of alpha from 0 to 1, and we are going to set the cable length continuously. And at the end of it, we will set hidden in game. We will hide the cable. What happens? Okay. Great. Perfect. So now let's see, is it working or not? Yes, it is working perfectly fine. Now we can move from our point to that point. Okay, there is one another thing. What if you want to, for example, we are using the cable for the very first time. It is visible, and when we hit the impact point, our cable gets hidden. Now what if I want to use it again? The cable is hidden again, so we have to unhide it when we press the grappling hook button. So every time uh, it will unhide initially, and then depends on the condition, it will see it has to hide it again or not. Now let's see. Perfect. And let's use it once more. Perfectly fine. Now the flexibility you are seeing here, you can increase and decrease the flexibility from that value. Let's say I make it 1, so it will be less flexible, and we can control this value a bit more. It is more flexible now, and if you want to decrease the flexibility, you have to decrease the value now, and you can decrease it further to make it more rigid and stiffer. See, now from that factor, you can call it stiffness or cable rigidity, whatever you want to call it. So you, from that factor, you can control that value. So now we have our grappling hook working fine. So in some games, and like in Spider-Man game, you can grapple to pretty much everything, like on the building at every point. And but in some games, you have some specific points, like maybe some point here and some point here and some point here. So the mechanism and the working and the logic will be exactly same. So we will like we make a line trace, a sphere trace from that point to here at random at any point. We will simply get the we are making a trace from that point to our impact point, and after making a trace, we get the end location or impact point where we want to move our character, and also in what direction we want to increase the length of cable. So in the random approach, like we did it in this tutorial, we don't have any specific point, so that's why we use the trace technique. But if your game has some specific points, then you must have endpoints already here. So you simply get that location of that point where you want to move your character or grapple the hook, and simply now we are getting impact point by trace. Now in that case, you don't have to do that line trace, because you already have the location of that hook point. So simply you get the location of actor or component or whatever it is, and you can use the location in all these locations, all these points, and it will work fine. So it was I think that's it for the grappling hook tutorial. If something else comes to my mind, I will make another part of it, but for now I think the basic functionality is done. So if you haven't seen the previous tutorials, please watch them, and if you like it, please like, subscribe and share it. And till next tutorial, Allah Hafiz.